Hey guys, Rick Denham here. I'm going to talk about the third video here of the series, Plunking Dick Nites for Salmon. This is a fun technique for me because I haven't really seen a whole lot of information out there on this subject, and I want to share it with you because of how effective this can be. You may find situations where you have a slow current seam on the inside of the fast current and a great travel lane. Well, tell you what, guys, Dick Nite spoons are a great lure as I've shared casting or trolling, but they work great plunking as well. You just need a little tiny bit of current to get those spoons wobbling and you will be catching a lot of fish. So I'm going to walk through how I like to set these up and a couple different styles and ways to do it. So let's first look at a traditional plunking rig. Many of you may know plunking as a heavyweight, plunking whatever rig you have behind it, spinning glow like you might do for steelheading in the winter. But plunking can be done for salmon kind of similar to how we had the rig for our dropper setup. You can use that same three-way swivel with a dropper attached to your pyramid sinker. Then you have your 4 to 5 foot leader and your Dick Nite. And all you're doing is casting that thing out, let it sit on the bottom. Dick Nite will sit back in the current and work its magic. Very simple. That can be very effective. But something for plunkers that have come around and really is additional help is a spreader bar. And this is just a small Danielson one that you can buy at any sporting goods store. I think they're $2 or $3 for a 2-pack. They're a really nice thing to have because they have a good swivel system on both the main line that goes here at the top end and this line goes here to your lure end. But at the bottom you have a little quick snap that allows you to change in and out the weights very simply. So you know that river conditions could change. You may need to add more of a heavier weight, vice versa. Great effective way to have this, and it makes it easy just to have rigs tied up with the snap swivel to quick snap in and you're ready to go and fish. But traditional wise, things are not always going to be like that. Things are changing, and I like to think of outside the box thinking. And I actually saw this from one of the old timers down at the riverbank not too long ago, and I thought I would share something to show you guys an effective way to plunk. And this takes off of somewhat of what the Columbia River guys are doing for their Chinook salmon and their wobbler fishing, because technically a Dick Nite spoon is like a wobbler. You barely want it to be just rotating back and forth in your current, and a lot of times though you may not have enough current to keep that spoon up off the bottom, so you have to have some kind of flotation. And I've seen guys that use small floats, different types of flotations, and I'll tell you I got a couple options here that can really help you out. One, you may have a lot of these already lying around, so it makes it even better for you. A simple wine cork. You drill a hole through the middle of the wine cork, you throw it on your line, you're all set to go with a 2-foot leader from your spreader bar to your swivel with the wine cork here on that swivel, and then another 2-foot leader section to your spoon. Very effective because it allows your spoon to be kept off the bottom with the flotation, and as you get your current either starting or going again on the tidally influenced river, then you can be able to have that spoon always working and know that it's not near the bottom. But sometimes people, you may not have wine corks available or don't want to go make the effort to get them, but there are other options. There are some oversized cheaters that I have picked up. Great addition to have in your vest. They work great as a little 1/8 ounce float if you're actually float fishing for the jig, let's say. But this is what main purpose would be for. And now I'm using these as kind of my Dick Nite spoon float. And I use this rig just like I was mentioning, where I have a spreader bar here with my weight, and this is a Dave's Tangle Free 4 ounce. I go off my rig. I'm using the high vis line so you guys can see this, but I'm running 2 feet a leader off the spreader bar here to a corky and one of those oversized cheaters spray painted black. So you can see there, this now has a swivel. It's on its own leader that will be floating off the bottom. Now I run from that swivel another 2-foot section of leader to my Dick Nite spoon. So as this goes back and forth in the water column, this float that's up here is going to allow the spoon to be fishing very effectively and out of harm's way. Awesome rig. I can't wait to get back out on the river and try this sucker out. But plunking a Dick Nite spoon is something to think outside the box from your traditional thought of just casting off the bank and retrieving. So you can go with, this is your number 1 size Dick Nite, which works very well doing this. Your custom double Dick Nites would work awesome in this situation, but don't count out just the size number 2. These number 2 Dick Nites are made to give off more action, and you have a swivel for that purpose. And I like using these for plunking because they have a little bit bigger profile to catch more and have more movement to draw and strike. So think about that, guys, when you're going out in the water. It's always handy as well to have a little toothpick. You can peg your little float on the line and keep it stationary. But guys, plunking Dick Nite spoons is a very effective technique that's barely being used out there. So put this with your arsenal, and I hope that this video series has been really helpful to get you into some more salmon. So good luck out on the water. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment. I'd be happy to answer, guys. Good luck. Go pick up some Dick Nites and go get some silvers. Fish on.